Okay. Good morning, everyone. At the first, I would like to thank to Poddar Management and Technical Campus Jaipur for this invitation. I'm really grateful with Dr. Sunil, Dean Academics, similarly Mrs. Anusa, Vice President, International Connect Club, and all the faculty members and the present and the, all like students presenting over here. So it's a great opportunity to me as well. Just like when you were defining the opportunities in 21st century, I would like to start from this. This is one of the opportunities. So the presentation will direct to the ways how we can ensure what different kinds of variables we can find out in terms of the professional development strategy in the 21st century. I'm taking this conversation, this sharing in this morning is one of the strategies for professional developments in this 21st century. Because I'm here staying at home in Nepal, I'm communicating with the Poddar management in Jaipur. This is how it is possible, how it is going on. So what the process we have been following to create this kinds of opportunity. This is one of the starting point, I think. So I already go to my sharing and to this presentation, and we'll be together around 30 to 45 minutes. And we'll be talking about the professional development opportunities in the 21st century. And this presentation especially focus on these three different issues. At the first, we talk what is profession, what are the things lying in the professional development in the 21st century, then the different opportunities with the experiences and with the insights. Just I would like to connect the experience and insight both in terms of generating the opportunity in this 21st century. Then the future directions. We'll be talking this. Similarly, before going this, just I would like to request to all the participants just to reflect back to the situation of COVID-19. With this global pandemic of COVID-19, what different kinds of opportunities we get or we created ourselves. This is the one part. And similarly, what different kinds of opportunities that we are creating and we are letting our students or we are letting our followers or we are requesting to our seniors to follow back. These ideas or these ideologies related for the professional development strategies or for the professional development. As being the assistant professor in the university, I myself think what are my duties, what are my responsibilities, and then how I can be involved in these responsibilities and to the duties. I define profession from that because the profession that may be in any fields, that may be in the field of any technical sciences, maybe in the field of management, maybe in the field of education, maybe in field of arts and humanities, or any kinds of tourism or any fields. The first thing, whenever we are defining ourselves, just we need to define what are my responsibilities, what are my duties, what are my limitations, or what are potentials inside me, or what different possibilities I can create from the society, from my surroundings, these things. This way, we can connect ourselves with the profession. As we know, we all are familiar with these things and we don't need to define more on the terms. That's why We can be in the different fields. Even I'm from the fields of education. I'm from the fields of pedagogy. I'm talking with you like your fields might be the different. You are from the management, you are from the different technical educations. But the today's world is being connected through interdisciplinary approaches like multidisciplinary approaches. Like now we are in the phases of multidisciplinary or multidisciplinary approach. This way, that's why at first I would like to define with the references, with the different views of these scholars around the globe, education 4.0. Yes, obviously we are familiar with these things. This is one of the changes. This is one of the modification, or rather we can tell the reformation. Generation to generation, we are reforming the system. We are reforming the process. We are referring the ways that we need to deal with. Let's see. Here I'm in Nepal. I'm presenting now in the college and your institution. How it is possible? If this technology or if these tools or if these areas are not facilitating us, at the time it is not possible. Really, it is not possible from here. I need to be there on the ground, but it's being possible. This can be one of the example of education 4.0 because in education 4.0 just we are well familiar with industrialization. We can find the different phases of the industries, industry 3.0, industries 4.0. Like with this revolution, with these changes, with this reformation, we have been changing. Similarly in this 21st century, with the key points of this 21st century, really we know in the 21st century that we are focusing knowledge economy. How? Means there is a construction of knowledge. With the construction, there is the co-construction of the knowledge. Then with this co-construction, we can go towards the utilization of the knowledge. Then after utilization, we go towards the sustaining of the knowledge, the same to the practice. Because knowledge is especially the way out, the practice, how we can practice, how we can put the ideas that develop from the knowledge aspects. So how this knowledge is being generated and how the knowledge is being reformed, this is very generous question in these days. Like we are seeing the different situation of the world. Like just I want to give you one example. Like in case of teaching learning pedagogies, we have one trend in the past, in some years back, whenever we go some years back, we find simply just, I hope, like in Nepal, like in India, our cultural, our social framework is a bit similar. We are more nearer in all aspects, in social, in cultural aspects, in different in religious aspects, in other aspects. Also, we are nearly similar. By this thing, like whenever we see the classroom ideologies and classroom dynamics, the translation of the ideas, then now communicating the ideas, sharing of the ideas. See, this has been changing, this has been getting reformed. That is due to what? Due to the beliefs and the core values of learning. Yeah, because belief and core values of learning are being changed because we find several scholastic views in different areas. With these different areas, we can identify, or there is just we can think about ideology, ideological creation. or ideological interaction. Why? Just take one example. What is my aim? Everyone tell I'm right. Yes, we need to determine our right aim for the right future, for the bright future. So what's our aim? Means my aims are determined due to my beliefs and my core values. The first thing, before going towards the 21st century's values, we need to identify ourselves. It's for me, I need to identify what are my beliefs, what are my core values. Just I need to identify. This is the need of 21st century because from the pedagogical perspectives also, we are focusing towards heutagogical parts. Heutagogical parts. This means what? We need to concern our values first. We need to understand the learner's value. These learner's values are our values. That's why we need to create, we need to determine, we need to specify our values first. Know the values of yours. Know the values of yours. That's why in this 21st century, it is very much important to identify. I think we have been doing this in our learning cycle. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are the opportunities I'm getting? What are the challenges? Like the short parameters that we are making, that we are developing. That means what? That is the value recognition ideas in this 21st century. Similarly, this part is also focusing towards our transformative skills, whether I want to transform myself or not. What are my socialization skills? How I can adapt in the society, how I can adapt with learning environment and to the learning cycles. These things are very much important in this 21st century, which has been generated by the changing realities of the education system. Like whenever we see NEP 2020, that is focusing on what? Building for one perfect person. Then how can a person be perfect? Means the person can be perfect with the core values, with the realization, with the attitude, these things. Like that is also focusing by NEP 2020 that we know. That's why the most important thing and the interesting thing for developing ourselves is we have to know our beliefs and our core values. And that we also can connect with multiple intelligences. So there is the importance of creativity and critical thinking. This is the need of 21st century. Every professionals, every learners, professionals or learners, both need to adopt the values of these ideologies. And the main ideology is what we have to know first. Whom to know? Me. I have to know first myself. Then I can know others better. This is the cycle of, or this is the idea of this 21st century. And we have to shape the reality based on this concept. Similarly, there is the huge role of adaptation and continuation of goals. Yes, really. Obviously, we can say ourselves that if we are clear ourselves with our goals, what I thought myself, only thinking is not whole solution. What I think, I need to apply. What I apply, I need to sustain. This is the very important thing. Oh, I think this, I think this, I think that. That's not all. I think this and I want to apply this. And after applying this, I have to go this way, and this can be sustained for this time, and this can be the theory of this. Like, see, the example of different circles of the languages in the world. Like, there is the first language, there's the second language, there are the foreign languages. We can see the different circles, how important they are, why they are necessary to go through on this. Like, another example we can take, we have to, like, IELTS, GRE, and test of English language are also available there. Why this? This is for what? Means adaptation of the values and continuation of the goals in which steps we set off. This is very much important thing in this 21st century. Similarly, very important idea is technological mediation. Like, technology is becoming the part of people every day, every seconds. We can say we are being connected with the technological assets, technological tools, technological applications in each of the seconds. Like, we are seeing the time, we're matching the time, we're learning about the world situation. That's why we can say the world is shrinking. The world is not bigger, it's being smaller due to what? Due to technology. Just see the present condition that we are applying. I'm speaking from here with you. It's possible due to the mediation of the technology. If there is no technology like this Zoom application, that's why we have to connect these technological parts to our profession, to the learning goals. Then after, we can gain the different values or different realities which are happening in the world. That's why we can say in this 21st century, there is the need of organized behavior. Organized behavior. This organized behavior starts from the self. Self organization is the core value of this 21st century. Digitalization, information communication technology, ICT, is the another important component of the 21st century. Self realization is another component of this 21st century. Then, with these values, we need to set up the goals and we need to prepare for the future. So, these values are highly important in this 21st century skill development ideas. So, that's why simply what different opportunities we are getting in this 21st century and how we can develop this concept. This is one of the part one. Here, we think in this 21st century, we are getting several opportunities. These all opportunities cannot be listed out together because we people are of the different framework. Oh, not. So we have the different framework to see to the world. We are from the different disciplines. We are from different social values. We are from different cultural notions. This and we are from different ideological concerns. This reports what? Means we have diversity. In this 21st century, we can see the dimensions of diversity, or we can say diversity dimensions. To subject matter, due to location, due to like profession, or due to our perception. As such, we can say our perception, our perspectives, our locations, our background, our knowledge part, our subject matter, these different things are diversified in the world. Within this diversity, we need to look for the reality. But what the reality is? Reality is unknown. One thing is real for me, another thing might be real to another, other things might be real to another. That's right. The first challenge is what we need to look for our opportunity in this diversity. That's why it is called. There is technological content and pedagogical perspective in the world. Like, just I suggest to you, and hope you are well familiar with TPAC theory, TPAC concept, technological, pedagogical, and content values. In terms of exploring the opportunities, we need to, just as being a teacher, just I respect the teaching profession because teachers are getting this different opportunities with the change of the times. Yes, I have been teaching for 15 years in the university level, and I met the different kinds of students, I met different kinds of faculties, and currently I'm also connected with Chandigarh University in India. I'm pursuing my PhD from there in the fields of technological mediation. And I also observed the situation over there. I observed the situation in Nepal, and I also observed the different situation in the different countries. In terms of educational visit, just like while visiting the different countries, different European countries, I found the teachers is the conscious unit, not only aware unit, it is the conscious unit. In terms of work, the teachers to develop themselves at the first, they have to concern with the content that they are going to deliver. And similarly, they have to connect this content with the pedagogy. How? How can I connect this content with the learners? How can I make this content feasible, interesting, understandable to the learners? Then I have to look for the pedagogy. Means I have to look for the way for teaching. Because in one classroom or in one section, I can apply one strategy or that may not be applicable for the another section. I need to look for. There is the opportunity. There is the opportunity. There is an opportunity in subject matter. That's why I'm talking about the diversity. There is opportunity in every subject matters, in every learners, in every society, in the corner of every social beings one. That's why for the pedagogy, just say, like in pedagogical concept, for the children, we use the pedagogy. For the adult one, we use the pedagogy. And by mixing this, both we can develop is the heutagogical parts. This means what? We need to shape the way according to content, according to the changing world, according to learners' need, learners' values. We go towards the heutagogical or andragogical concept. Like in pedagogical concept, we have one format and children cannot do more, then we have to follow on this way. This is what means how I can modify the pedagogy as per the content. This is the very important part. And this there is the opportunity for the teachers because teacher need to look for. Like say we talk about the research. Where is the research? Where is the subject matter of the research? Where is my problem of the research? Yes, the problem of the research is in the content, is in the pedagogy, and in the technology. Just see, like while we are defining technological variations, technological knowledge for the teachers, Like in this 21st century, if teacher is not aware with the technological, like we can say, technological literacy or digital literacy, there might be less opportunities. That's why the opportunities are explored from these parts. Next thing is a diffusion of the innovations in the field. There is the opportunity. Just I want to share one of my experience during COVID-19. Due to COVID-19, this global pandemic, all schools, colleges were closed. That we are all familiar with these things. Then at the time, there was no way how we can continue. Like there are several possibilities. There are more possibilities in India than to Nepal. Like in Nepal, I'm in the Karnali province, and this Karnali province is a bit far from more development issues because most of the districts are in the rural areas. There is problem of the internet. There is problem of electricity, but there is telephone. There is mobile phones and mobile data like this 2G data, 3G data can use over there. Then at the time, I think for my bachelor level students and for my master's level students using of Google Classroom because other things are not possible. And Facebook Messenger group. For the Zoom also, it is possible to use the Zoom, but students are using mobile data and it takes more loads of the internet and it cannot be. That's why for the discussion of the ideas, I used Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp. Then for sharing of the content, I used Google Classroom. Google Classroom. Like I upload the content, I ask students to do assignment and upload in the Google Classroom because Google Classroom doesn't consume more power of the internet. It can run easily with the mobile data as well. Then I instructed them. I gave them trainings. Then after they became able, and I did that research also. I did that research, the same research. I published a paper as well. Then after, like the students to whom I trained, to whom I trained for using of Google Classroom, they effectively use. Similarly, some of them were the teachers, and they use that Google Classroom to their classes. Like they diffuse. Like there is the opportunity. They diffuse. They diffuse this Google Classroom, and nowadays also they are teaching physically in the classroom, but they are assigning their students assignment in the Google Classroom. They are doing this. Like this is also opportunity in this 21st century, and this is possible by this technological realities one. That's why we have to support this as well. Similarly, leadership potentialities. Yeah, this is also opportunity. How we can think of, such as in this 21st century that we are talking about the construction and co-construction of the knowledge and utilization of the knowledge. And leadership is the part of this. We need to develop the leadership skills. This leadership skills especially reflects our enthusiasm for doing the works. This is the motivation towards the work. How I can motivate myself towards the work that is determined by the leadership skill. This is very much important notions. And next, very important part, next opportunity is the collaborative efforts. So we can develop several collaborative efforts around the globe in this 21st century because in this modern age, in this postmodern age, we have several options, several alternatives that we can connect and reconnect each other. Just now we are connecting. This connection may reconnect us for the issues. Now I'm presenting you about this one issue. Later on, I can be with you with different research works, different publications. We can develop some collaborative projects, just like our students of Midwest University can visit your institutions, and your students can come to our institutions. This is what then after we can develop the collaborative force. This is also the opportunity, and that we have to look for our professional development also. Then next thing is the contextual strategies. Yes, really. By context, strategies are the different, and the teachers are the innovators of the strategies. I believe on this. And we also need to believe, because the teachers are free agents who can create the different strategies into the different classrooms. But the gap is where that I understand. Just like from my experience as being a teacher trainer of the different levels, as a consultant of the different INGO and NGO programs, then I observe, I provide trainings to them. But the problem is what they do the things. They do the things in the classroom, but that is only inside of the classroom and that doesn't come out, means not documented. They don't reveal these things. They just do inside of the classroom, like they use the different strategies, but they don't write on this. They don't bring out this thing. This is the gap that I found in case of Nepal. Then I suggested to these groups, please, whatever you do, write down in a page and you can publish. This is your strategy. This can be a strategy which can be accepted by the worldwide views, because this strategy can be applied to the other classroom of the same nature to the other locations. This is the gap. So these opportunities are with the teachers one. Whatever we do inside of the classroom, whatever we do with the students, then we can document these ideas and we can share to the world. And this can be one of the best strategy to reveal our opportunities also. Next is ICT or e-based communities. Yes, online learning communities now. We are using social media, different medias, different ICT tools we are using. Then how we can do these things. Just one example I want to give you. This is the example from India. Like I tried to implement this WhatsApp group as a reading group for the BSc B.Ed, the integrated students in Chandigarh University. I asked them to form one WhatsApp group, and this is for the reading. Like one students put reading material in that group. Other students read and reflect on this. Other students read and reflect on this. I asked them to do this activity for a month. Then students A put reading material in the group, then from student B to Z, read and write the reflection the over. Then next day, students B put the reading materials over there, and students from C to Z and A read their things and reflect the things. Let's see. By this, they also can develop. Similarly, like for this 1 month that they ran these works and they were highly motivated with these things. Yes, sir, that's a good way we can follow this. It's like later on we can use these things. This is another ideas that we can develop one, because we have several possibilities of doing the things. These possibilities need to be well documented, need to be well enhanced by the people. Similarly, we have to think of mobility, because mobility is the opportunity of this 21st century. Just we talked, we can exchange students, we can exchange professors, we can exchange officials. By this exchanging values, we can learn several things, like just change of the location. from India to Nepal, Nepal to India, India to like UK, India to US. We have different mobilities. By this mobility, just my feeling or my experience is, my observation is what mobility is the best tool for learning. At least whenever I go, I visit the classroom, I see the students, I meet with the teachers, faculties, I interact with the faculties, then I learn very new things. This is for this is the idea, this is the ideology of the 21st century. That's why mobility is another very important opportunity for us. We can do these things simply. Faculty exchange program, student exchange program among the institutes, we can do these things. And paradigm recognitions and the shift, yes, shift of the paradigms. Like nowadays we are from traditional route to we are going towards the postmodern route. Means we are changing the paradigms of learning, paradigms of teaching, paradigms of recognizing. Not only just see when you like learning paradigms in school level, learning paradigms in the college level. In school level, we depend to one book. Whenever we go towards the higher education level, from one subject matter, we may consult 10 books. Why? Just see. This is the shift. We are from physical mode to we are going towards the virtual mode. We are what we can do. What is the possible day one? Then we can apply these things. An important point in this 21st century that's going on about the social justice and learning. Yes, we are learning for the society because we are the social members. Whatever I learn, I can apply in the society or not. Is that applicable in my society or not? Is this justifiable in my society or not? Is that under my responsibility and roles or not? This is very important part about social justice and learning. In this 21st century, we have to ensure this concept. Social, cultural, and attitudinal transformations. Yeah. And this is another opportunity, just like we can, by visiting different places, we can learn about the social values of there. We can learn the cultural because nowadays we are talking about the cross-cultural curriculums, acculturations. Our attitude might be changed if we have one terms of perception in one location. If we go to the other location, there might be change of our attitudinal factors as well. That's why nowadays we are looking for the transformative tools, how we can transform or how we can do the things. That's why here we can see we have several opportunities in diversity. And but this opportunity we have to look for within us. The first thing. We have to look for this opportunity within us. Then second, we have to look for opportunity with peers. Then third, we have to look for opportunity with our families, with our societies, with our institutions. Because we can collaborate, we can coordinate the different ideas over there. So these are some of the opportunities of the 21st centuries. We have several, we have diversified opportunities over there. Then what may be the future perspectives for this thing? If we can apply or if we can go through applying this 21st century skills or the opportunities, the future paradigms will be, our future perspective will be on what means we need to develop. These are suggesting we need to develop classroom-based researches. Yeah. Action research, or that might be participatory action research, or the research might be classroom-based. If classroom-based researches are developed, then after the real situations will be in the society, and that will be the social justice, and that will be the transformations. Just for one example, that is applying, like in one of these schools. That is just I'm talking about the school in Surkhet. That is my hometown. I'm affiliated with one school, one private school over here also. Then just I think myself at the time, the changing of the classroom dynamics. Then I asked to the teachers, just do some research works on this for one whole year. Then some of the teachers did the research and reported me, we have to change the trend of the classroom setting. Then what's that? They told that we have to transform. Nowadays, we have the grade based classroom, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 10. Then we have to change this, the subject wise classroom, subject wise. English lab, math lab, science lab. Like for English lab, grade 7 students come in the first period. Then in second period, grade 6 students come in the same English lab. Then in the third period, grade 8 students come in the same lab. Then teacher is staying in the English lab, like English room. The room has been decorated accordingly with the subject matter, with the materials, and there is the mobility of the students. Then I found that's interesting idea. Then after we applied this, and really we found that's the change, and that came from the classroom-based research. And that is found effective. That's why means and that needs to be done by the schools. Then we suggested to the other schools as well for the change of these things, because this is become one of the important issues for the learners, because learners mobility is also there, and classroom is also decorated with the subject matter basis, and learners mobility also found their entire interest. Like we can introduce paperless teaching strategies over here. This is why we have been thinking about the perspectives. Then involve and engage students to inquiry-based assignments rather than theory-based. Yes, assignments will be highly inquiry-based. If we follow these opportunities, if we go towards these realities, it will be highly inquiry-based one. Then contextual collaborative efforts for professional development. Yeah, really. By context, we can develop collaborative efforts among the learners, professors, institutions, research, and publications. This will be the future perspectives on this. Then the very important part is intervention-based studies need to be developed for the professional development in this 21st century. The most interesting thing is what we have to develop the intense intervention-based strategy. Just I gave you one example of Google Classroom. That intervention was developed at the time of COVID-19 pandemic, and that is being diffused in every classroom nowadays. That is one of the realistic cases. That's why intervention based strategies need to be developed in the sense of developing or creating several opportunities in the world one. That's why here we can see, as a conclusion, we can see now I'm at the end of the presentation. At the conclusion, we can see that like in this 21st century, we have the several dimensions of learning, several ways of learning, several ways of management, because learning is not all. How we manage the learning means learning management has the higher roles. That's why in the direct learning, there is the teacher, there is content, there is society, and there are the learners. We know these things. Then these ideas have been connected with technology, attitudes, research. These things we have been identifying outside. Yeah. Then after like the strategies also. Then after this, just we can say what are the needs of the things. Simply we can say that we need to create the opportunities for communication, coordination, collaboration, correspondence, cooperation, critical thinking, creativity, and consolidation. Means there we have to try to develop our soft skills, our critical thinking skills. Design thinking approaches need to be developed by which people can plan, react, and redefine the ideas, because their defining of ideas may be differently. They can think into the different ways, into different perspectives. And the main thing is the goal setting. With this goal setting, related with this goal setting here, we can see with this goal setting, then we are engaged with these things. This our goal setting is very important thing. And then the teacher is content society learners are there, that they are in the traditional period also, and they are also nowadays. But nowadays this technology is playing huge role, our attitude also playing huge role, research strategy playing huge role. And for this, how can we apply the things? For the application, we have to go towards the communication, coordination, collaboration, correspondence, cooperation, critical thinking, creativity, and consolidation. How many C's are there? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight C. This eight C need to be well coordinated. Then after we can explore the opportunity ourselves, because uh, number one opportunity is this, number two, number three. Rather than we need to explore our opportunities ourselves as per our goal setting. This goal setting is very important for this thing. Like here we can see leadership, teamwork, trustworthiness, and sympathy as very important ideas, realities. Therefore, we can say that professional development in the 21st century is really challenging one side. However, we are habitual of recognizing ourselves. It's these things inspire us to recognize ourselves. If we recognize ourselves, then we can develop our modalities, we can develop our models, and every individual can be the model of the society. And that individual can give the concept of different soft skills, their responsibilities, their leaderships, and their one management criteria also. By saying this, I would like to thank you again for this opportunity. Uh, and really, I'm very much thankful with this Poddar Management and Technical Campus, Jaipur, and hopeful for some future collaboration in coming days. And and if possible, we'll also meet physically on the ground in your institutes over there. So today, I would like to thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your ideas and thoughts with us and sharing your valuable time with us, sir.
Okay, welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much.